you see anything exciting in the news today?
I saw that our crown prince, yours and mine, from our native home, Saudi Arabia,
Na
is
na 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 na. Fun
da,
fact:
da, da.
both born in Saudi Arabia. Couldn't tell you a single word of that anthem's lyrics.
I know it starts with Sarai. I have a very negative memory of that anthem. Do you know why? Do you know this?
Yes, I do know. I do know. Can I tell it? Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it?
Please. And you know what? I would like for you to frame this because, like, every time you talk about like growing up as a woman, patriarchy, patriarchy, and you gotta get to do what the boys got to do. This is a trauma that only
This
myself and our older brother got to experience. So this time, patriarchy actually saved your mental health. Go on.
my mental health. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
um, so I remember us going to an Eid event or something,
that is exactly correct. Yes.
and it was like a big event. It was like one of those because inside was when we lived in Saudi Arabia, and they were just like people going on putting their kids on mic to do things, and I guess they wanted kids to like sing the Saudi national anthem, and our father volunteered you and our brother, and you guys were both like, we don't fucking know it, in a room of I'm gonna say 200 people.
Easily 200 people. It was the only mic. All of the attention was towards us. Nobody had suggested the Saudi national anthem. That was something that our father thought of himself, and he said, "Do the Saudi national anthem." Now,
Because I guess
it,
like some other kids had sang like the Pakistani one, and
I don't know. They were doing
who
they were doing some
knows?
bullshit.
Couldn't tell
Everybody was
you.
doing bullshit. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
9 years old. I have no
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Um, in our father's defense, the Saudi national anthem played every day, twice a day,
Hmm.
on both of the channels that was
Hmm.
on the
The
TV.
two channels
So
that we had.
on the two channels that we had. So and this was something that we'd heard every single day of our life. You'd think that it's something that we would have retained in terms of like the words, but we
Hmm.
didn't. We just knew the how to hum it. I recall being on stage and trying to fake my way through it, but our brother turned in the middle of it and just said, "Daddy," and
So
then I
you,
collapsed. Also, yeah,
that is so embarrassing.
so embarrassing. And then there was a girl who was a family friend who said that she knew it. So she went up and she did it. And she did exactly the same shit that I was doing. She was just mumbling some Arabic sounding words. We all should have been canceled. Like if by 2025 standards, we were
I
mumbling
don't know. I
Arabic.
feel like the Saudis did us pretty dirty while we lived there. I think it's fine if we mumble their national anthem.
Yes. But you didn't have to do that. So how about that? You were saved the trauma.
How about that? I guess congratulations to me. Also, I think the person who did end up going up there and um and singing it is a friend of ours still, and is a prolific writer and a wellness influencer.
No, it wasn't that friend.
Oh, wasn't her? Just kidding.
No. Yeah.
Can't cancel that. Anyway, what I just did in the beginning of the episode is what I know of the anthem, and it's what I've always known of the anthem.
Sarai. I know it
Da
starts with
da da
Sarai.
da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I do know the
Uh,
Pakistani national anthem,
do
so
you know all the words? I think I know all the words.
yeah, I do.
It's not in actually in Urdu. It's in
No,
Saudi.
it's in Farsi.
It's farcical as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, anyway. We got big visitors, okay? And Trump, he brought out the big guns and the big jets. He said, look at this, look, let me swing my dick.
No, he didn't. He brought the biggest knee pads he could find, and he went.
Oh my god. What a week it's been, huh? It's a
uh,
Tuesday.
I'm
It's
so
been it's been 2 business days.
I am so exhausted. Like we were about to start this. First of all, I look at you. You look like a discombobulated head just floating around because you got all this black going on.
Patreon exclusive. I'm wearing all black.
Yeah. And that matches what's going on inside my head. I guess it's seasonal depression.
It
It's
is.
it's
It
seasonal
is. It's a
depression,
4
and then
p.m. sunset. Yes.
it's just whatever is going on in the world. I'm exhausted, man. Uh, happy
Well,
Tuesday.
happy Tuesday. You're telling me that the possibility of Trump potentially filleting the big beautiful bill is not something that excites you?
No, that's listen. I had a great jerk session over the weekend thinking
Not
about
a
that.
jerk session. Ew.
Multiple jerk sessions.
Just cranking it to the 47th and whatever 40
40 was it
second?
42nd? Yeah, I think it was 42nd. Yeah,
Yeah, Prez.
just
Oh
obnobbing.
God. Oh God. Just insane. What world
Oh,
do
it
we
is.
live in? It's topsy turvy. Okay. Well, if you are living under a rock, you don't know. Over the week, last week, maybe on Thursday or Friday, the DOJ released a bunch of emails associated with the Epstein files. Right? Was it the DOJ? Who was it? House
I don't believe it
House
was a DOJ.
House Oversight Committee. I keep hearing names of committees, and I'm like,
It's
sure.
it's just I believe this was like some Democrats or something. I have no idea. I have no idea who released it. I just know that I went online. All of a sudden, there were just memes upon memes of Donald Trump blowing Bubba, which is it's fun. It's a good way to kill a Friday afternoon. I think
Yeah.
like that 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. window on a Friday when you're just like, I just need to get to the weekend. I can use those 2 hours with some Bubba blowing memes, I guess.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I think that we should be timing some of our news for a Friday afternoon. Like,
Hmm.
I think that we should be like, I think it's rude for things to happen on like a Monday or a Tuesday. This is like, now I'm distracted. Let me do Monday to Thursday work. You know what? Even drop it Friday morning because now nobody's working. We're all
Hmm.
thinking about this, whatever
Yeah.
this is, you know?
Hmm.
I think that that would be fair. I was, as you know, on a trip with my friends, and there was libations, there
Hmm.
were all legal substances being consumed, and at one point, I think that we were all maybe in and out of our senses, and I said, "What? Now there's rumors that Donald Trump blew Bill Clinton," and they were like, "No, what?" They were like, "Is that AI?" And I said, "I don't know." And then I read the little thing that said, "Does Putin have the pics of Donnie blowing Bubba?"
Hmm.
And I was like, "Well, there you go."
You know the nice thing about this is like if you read the actual like email chain, it is
Yeah.
very much an offhand joke comment
Hmm.
that Epstein's brother was making to Epstein because Epstein was hanging out with Steve Bannon, and he was
Yeah.
just like, "Hey, ask Steve Bannon if Putin's got the pictures of Trump blowing Bubba, right?" Which is
Yeah.
obviously a joke, right?
Yeah.
It feels like poetic justice that Donald Trump, who got to where he is by taking advantage of the dumbing down of society thanks to the internet,
Yeah.
is now being caught up in this obviously
Oh, that's a great point.
silly thing, and because that's ultimately that's all he cares about, right? Like now he
Hmm.
is the Clinton blowjob guy, which is, you know, something to aspire to, I guess.
Hey, it's hilarious, is what it is. I did love that immediately the White House tweeted or truth or whatever a picture of him and Melania walking down the hall, and it was like America's couple or something like that,
America's power couple.
a power couple. And I was like, you guys are really overcompensating. Was
Yeah.
that also when he shut down the White House and was blasting Phantom of the Opera from the White House?
Oh, I didn't know he was banning. He was blasting that.
Somebody was like, "Diva down." I get it. When
Hmm.
my secrets come out, I like to listen to Broadway musicals too. It's just it's like I think that you're bringing up a great point of like this person that has gotten to where they are, but like yeah, the dumbing down of society and being like locker room talk, hardy hard har. Like
Yeah.
the locker room talk is coming to bite you, slap you in the face with Bill Clinton's dick, you know? And I think that that's really great. And everybody's like, now it makes sense why he hated Hillary so much. It's like, we get it. We've all been there. We've all been burned by a paramour. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But like, you know, all that stuff aside, I think that what's crazy is just like, I mean, you know, we've seen this man be pretty unhinged,
Hmm.
but he is snapping at people. He is pissed. Did you
Yeah.
see who what he said on Air Force One to a woman who was like asking him questions?
He called her Miss Piggy, right?
No, he said, "Quiet, quiet, piggy, quiet." Rude.
Oh my god.
I mean, and then today in front of the Saudis, somebody was like, "Why won't you just like let?" I don't know who it was, but they were like, "Why won't you just agree to release the Epstein files?" He was like, "This is such an insubordination. ABC sucks. Your polls are terrible. Your polls said that I wouldn't win, and I won in a landslide. And you're doing this in front of our esteemed guests, the Saudis." Okay. And you know, he wanted to look at the Saudis and be like, I get it. I get why you kill your journalists.
Wait, he basically said that.
I mean,
He did.
basically.
He did say that because they did bring up Khashoggi,
Uh-huh.
and of course, MBS, that piece of shit, was like, "Well, it was an accident, and we don't wish for it to happen again." And it's like, yeah, it was an accident.
Oopsie doopsie.
You had him come to the Saudi embassy in Turkey, kidnap him, and fucking chop him up into pieces. It's not like he fell down a flight of stairs, right? And then Trump was like, "Yeah, but you know that Khashoggi guy. A lot of people didn't like him. He was controversial. You know, he's just a mean guy. He's asking too many questions. So, and MBS doesn't know anything about it. It's like, all right, okay,
And you know, I think it's funny that you said that. I mean, I don't I'm sure you're paraphrasing of him being like, "Oh, he asked too many questions." But you know Trump is who like where he is because he just goes along with it. He's like, "Let's not ask questions. You guys want to
hmm
be pieces of shit? I'm here. I'm here for the ride. You want me to push this shit boat along? I'll be here to push this shit boat along, you know?" So like
yeah,
he's exactly the kind of person that like somebody like the fucking Saudis or Putin or whomever like want to be hobnobbing with. Maybe I shouldn't say hobnob.
I think we steer clear of any knobs for the foreseeable future.
God.
Uh,
But the House did vote today. Was it the House that voted today or
I believe so.
Congress
Yeah,
voted?
House voted.
House voted. House voted today. It was House, not Senate. Yeah. The House voted today and they did overwhelmingly, almost unanimously, except for one Republican, agree to release the Epstein files. Now, people are going to see that, Raheel, and they're going to immediately say, "Oh, are Republicans good guys?" What do you make of it?
What do I do? I make what do I make of are the Republicans good guys? No, I don't. I think that it's pretty clear what's happened here, which is they didn't want to release the Epstein files throughout the summer because they were going through them and they were redacting all of their fucking names and all the interests that they have. And you know what? It's I would say that it's the Republicans primarily because they're the party of power right now.
Mhm.
Having
Mhm.
said that, again, Joe Biden and the Democrats were the party in power for 4 years before, also. None of these people actually wanted that stuff to be released, right? And I think
Yeah.
the reason is because, like, yes, I believe that, that there's a lot of pieces of shit Republicans that are probably involved in the fray. There's also clearly a lot of pieces of shit Democrats that are involved in
Yeah.
it, right? So it didn't serve their self interest. It's come to a point now where you can't deny it, right? So now what they're doing is they're going to go along with this ruse, pretend like it's a thing that they actually give a shit about. It'll be interesting to see because I think what, like, even when Trump introduced, what, like, the new investigation or whatever, he said that it is focused on the Democrats. So he
Mhm.
mentioned Bill Clinton and he mentioned Bill Gates, and I feel like after we get the redacted files or whatever, those are the names that we're going to see. We're going to see
Larry
very
Summers, who's what the head of like Harvard or something.
Yeah, he was the president of Harvard. I believe he was part of the Obama administration also.
Mm.
Noam Chomsky is a name that I saw who's a pretty liberal guy. I don't I for some reason I don't think we're gonna see sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. Go ahead, finish your thought.
Who's the big lawyer guy who was on OJ's team who's also like Trump's lawyer guy? The guy, what's his fucking name?
Cochran?
No, not Cochran. He's a piece of shit. He's I'll figure out his name. I don't think we're gonna see his name.
Oh, Anthony.
No,
What's his face? No.
no. Anthony
Okay.
Scaramouche. No,
Yeah, Scaramouche.
no.
Okay.
I'll figure
Well,
it out.
you think about it. I wanted to know, is Tom Hanks in the Epstein files?
If Tom Hanks is nowhere in the Epstein files, I don't know what that does
Mhm.
to a subsection of people because I think he's been the number one target for a lot of them.
He's big Hollywood. He is big Hollywood. I don't know why or how that happened, but Tom Hanks is like, persona non grata over there for these QAnon people. They fucking hate him.
Yep.
They're like, Tom Hanks is leading the charge to gather up the babies and sacrifice them and drink their blood.
Yeah. And I think it's because he's a nice person and they don't understand nice people. And this is, hey, listen, if I'm proven wrong and Tom Hanks is actually drinking the blood of babies, then you know what? That's chalk that up as an L for me. But I don't think that's going to happen. The person I was thinking about was Alan Dershowitz,
Oh,
um,
yeah,
who
yeah,
is who was like Epstein's lawyer, and then he was like
yeah.
Trump's lawyer, and he
Yeah.
was recently talking about how Epstein wasn't a pedophile. I don't think we're gonna hear a lot from Alan Dershowitz.
Well,
for
Alan
his name alone.
Dershowitz, we shouldn't be hearing anything from him because he said that if Zoran Momdani won, he would blow his brains out, and we're all waiting. So, chop, chop, Alan. Promises were made. Okay.
A Google search shows me that Alan Dershowitz was recently on TV on the program of one Christopher Cuomo. Do you know who Christopher Cuomo is?
Oh, I do know Chris Cuomo. What a fall he's taken.
Ooh.
Oof. You know what? Those handsome Italians. Okay. You want to hear something really embarrassing really quickly on the Cuomo thing?
Yeah.
Back during like the COVID stuff when Chris Cuomo was like, or no, when what's his name?
Andy?
Andy Cuomo was like very like all over like COVID, which we now found out was a lie. Like he was literally shipping off dead people, old people to die.
Yeah.
Right. He was like giving it to Trump or whatever. Because also embarrassing. Why was I using Facebook? Anyway, I was on Facebook and I posted a video of like, Andrew Cuomo like giving it to Trump, and I was like, this is my president of the United States.
Oh no.
Like, kill me. I should have contracted COVID and died because that is embarrassing. That is more embarrassing than you being forced to sing a national anthem in front of 200 people when you don't know it.
No idea what the words are. Now, when you go back, if you could put yourself in that mind frame, right? Like, obviously, it's like I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say it was because of like, hey, he's giving it to Trump, right? Now, how much of like the old, well-built man played into your consideration when you were looking at this man as your president?
I know I don't think his physique had anything to do with it.
You weren't sexualizing him?
I wasn't sexualizing, but at that time I was sexualizing Chris Cuomo. So I was like, by association, probably. I was like, the genetics are good. I hate myself. Anyway.
Now, is that the patriarchy playing its mind games on you, or is that
yes,
okay.
Yes, of course. Every single time I find myself attracted to a man, it is the patriarchy. Okay, you think
you want to
natural?
do this of your own? Yeah, you want to do this of your own volition? No way. Because I do think about that sometimes because I'm a man, right? And I see a woman. Like when I see women, I'm like, well, obviously everybody, like women are beautiful.
Yeah,
and
you go Auga.
Like, the eyes come out.
Hello, nurse.
It's like I follow them along, like
a bird with a pie, a dog with a pie in the windowsill.
I just get carried away, and to me that feels natural. Like that's what should happen. I don't know how you see a dude and say "ahooga."
No, It's
Yeah.
embarrassing. I'm telling you, it sucks. It sucks. We were okay. Real quick, little tangent. It is a little bit related to football. So we were driving around. I was in Sedona with my best friends. We were in
Mhm.
a Wagoneer, a Big Daddy car, and we were driving around the great state of Arizona.
Of
And
course.
we were talking about um, football players, and I was talking about Jalen Hurts for a second. And
Mhm.
then my friend brought up some guy who's like the backup quarterback for the Commanders. Some guy with like amazing hair.
Oh, Sam, what's his name from Notre Dame? I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
He's got great hair and he's got a great beard.
yeah. So I saw his picture and I said, you know what? That's too much hair. I said, that's way too much hair. I feel like he's hairy like that all over. And I'm not
Mhm.
interested in a tarantula coming out of a man's butt. And my friends were like, oh my God, that's so descriptive. And that's the truth about men, okay? They're hairy, they're gross. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be attracted to them? It's awful. It's the
Yeah.
worst. And that's also why I think when men are like, how could a dude be gay? And it's like, you have to really love dudes to be attracted to them. Because
Mhm.
have you seen women? Women are
Yeah.
amazing.
So
Okay,
amazing.
relax. Relax. That was a little
Yeah.
it was a
It
little
was
Cuomo.
it was I you don't even want to know what was going on in my head when I said that. I kind of blacked out for a
I
second.
don't. I
I was
don't.
like, "Oh
You were
yeah,
like, because I said
congrats."
tarantula coming out of a man's butt, and your brain was like, reset,
Yeah.
woman, booby, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we got to go back to serious stuff for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing with these, I don't even know how we got to the Cuomo part of it. Chris
Um
Cuomo,
oh,
Andrew
because Alan
Cuomo,
Alan
Alan
Dershowitz was on.
Dershowitz. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so the thing with the Republicans is like, I love that they can't make up their mind and they're just like throwing whatever sticks. Like, first, it's
Mhm.
like Trump is like, this is a Democrat hoax. There's nothing in the Epstein files, nothing to see here. The Department of Justice, or I think the AG, yeah, I think Pam Bondi is the AG, yes? Back
Mhm.
in July or June of this year, she was like, we looked through it, we scrubbed through it. Honestly, there's not really anything that would determine that an investigation needs to be done. I think it's fine. It's fine. No big deal. Nothing to see here. And then now the
Yeah.
Republicans have voted. And then Trump is like, yeah, see, nothing to see here. It's all hoax. The FBI looked at it. Pam Bondi looked at it. She said there's nothing to see here. You guys are obsessed.
My guy Cash looked at it. Cash
Have you
said it was mostly Yelp reviews. I don't even know what you guys are looking for.
Cash said, my eyes, they're going everywhere. So you know I'm looking through all the documents. And they didn't see anything.
Cash is 24 by 7 alive auga eyes.
He has like drunk auga eyes.
uh
That's what it is. You ever?
at some
Yeah.
point you and I have to talk about Cash and his girlfriend and what poor Cash is going through. Maybe not
Being
today.
no, we whatever. Poor Cash.
Yeah.
Poor Cash has a girlfriend who is totally not a Mossad honeypot, and now he's like suing. I think his girlfriend is suing a bunch of like right wing people, like
Yeah.
Nick Fuentes or something, about like being claiming that his girlfriend is a right wing or is a Mossad honeypot.
Mhm.
Like, okay, well, your own people are turning on you
Yeah.
as planned. Anyway, so the Republicans can't make up their mind, right? They're like, nothing to see here. It's all a hoax. And now Trump is like, yeah, release the files. You're gonna see Trump is in it, and Larry Summers is in it. They used to summer with Epstein. I never even went to the island. Nobody invited me to the island. And you know what? I fired Epstein when I found out what he was doing at Mar-a-Lago. Okay,
Mhm.
I haven't talked to the guy in 15 years. Meanwhile, the emails are like he was having Thanksgiving with him while he was sitting president in like 2017, 2018, right?
Oh.
So like all that stuff is starting to come out, and they're like it's two things. It's like either there's nothing to see here, so fine, we'll release it, or there is something to see here, but it's a Democrat. There's nothing to see here. It's a Democrat hoax. We're going to release it. There's nothing to see here. Or there is something to see here. And what you're going to see is that it's the Democrats who were bad. And for the last 4 years, they didn't do their job and they didn't protect these women. So it's
Yeah.
like they can't quite figure out what's going on. But then that one, the one guy, the one congressman who voted no. I want to read his thing because I do think that that gives us like an insight to some of it.
Hmm.
He said, it's Clay Higgins, very close friend of Trump's. He's a Trumper. He's a MAGA guy. I have been principled no on this bill from the beginning. What was wrong with the bill 3 months ago is still wrong today. It abandons 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America. As written, this bill reveals and injures thousands of innocent people, witnesses people who provided alibis, family members, etc. If enacted in its current form, this type of broad reveal of criminal investigative files released to a rabid media will absolutely result in innocent people being hurt. Not by my vote. The Oversight Committee is conducting a thorough investigation that has already released well over 60,000 pages of documents from the case. That effort will continue in a manner that provides all due protections for innocent Americans. If the Senate amends the bill to properly address privacy of the victims and other Americans who are named but not criminally implicated, then I
Hmm.
will vote for that bill when it comes back to the House, which to me says like, just make sure you guys are super clear about who did the sex trafficking and who was merely just there.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just,
When you go to a private sex island of a billionaire and you're just hanging out. I'm there to play charades. I'm not here for the underage sex trafficking. You know what I mean? So like,
it,
yes, I
yeah.
should not be painted by the same brush.
Yeah, exactly. Those broad strokes brush should not be coming to me. Okay. It's like when you're younger and like when I was younger and my mom, our mom like never let me go to prom or like a party because she was like, you don't know what kids are doing over there. And
Never forced you to do the Saudi national anthem at a party of 200
yeah,
people.
but it was like she did it because she knew she was like, you don't ever want to be in a place where people are doing bad things. You don't want to get roped up in it. Right. And I
Yeah.
get it. But what I think is fascinating is like the types of people that are in this list, right? Like you do have Noam Chomsky, you have like these tech billionaires, you have the royals, you have I think it's Ahud Barak. Is that his name?
Ehud Barak is like when you if you read Virginia, what was I'm sorry, she's the one that passed away. She had a tough last name to say, but she was like the first person. She was the one that was with she's the one that brought out like the Prince Andrew stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you read about what she said about
Oh, Guffrey.
Guffrey.
Yeah.
If you read what she said about the person who many have suspected is Ehud Barak,
Mm-hmm.
that guy should literally be chained up and fucking cut into millions of pieces. He's
Yeah.
like a terrible human being. But go on.
Yeah. So you have like, you've got Saudi royals and you have like all of these people that, you know, are just they're just rich enough to do fuck shit. It's like, we always talk about like I think once people become billionaires, there's kind of like there's like a kind of like a shrugging up of like, well, crazy shit just be happening, and you just kind of like get involved in it. And I'm not saying that that makes any of it okay, obviously, but it
Hmm.
does sound like for a certain demographic of powerful men, sex trafficking is a great unifier.
I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know how big a bite I want to take out of this thing right now, and I think I don't want to throw my fellow men under the table because this is obviously not true
With
of
their
most of the
tarantula
men
butts.
with their tarantula butts. Yeah, that's an image. It's going to be tough for me to get out of my head, by the way, because I think about butts all the time, and now there's just tarantulas here. No, I think as like this stuff has come more and more into the news, and as I've been following it along and stuff like that, what is kind of underneath the surface of all of this stuff, right? For me, and what I see is that yes, this is about very rich men
Mhm.
using their positions of power for sex trafficking. Now, sex trafficking on its own, you and I have had this conversation about sex work being work, right?
Yep.
And like, I think our perception of that is one thing. Our perception of that is one where the person who is engaging in sex work is doing so at their own volition, right?
Yep.
Whether that's male or female, the person that's providing the service is doing it under their own power. They're doing it. It is. they have the autonomy to use their body however they want to.
Yep.
When it comes to sex trafficking and sex work overall, that is not the case. That's not what happened in this case, and that's
No.
not what happens throughout the world when it comes to sex work. Like, sex work also has a very deep and dark and disgusting, reality to it, right? What I'm noticing, just kind of in terms of the conversations, and I think the way that the Republicans and basically anybody that wants this problem to go away, what they're gonna try to kind of hinge their argument on is the fact that, okay, on some level, rich men deserve to have sex with young women. Like, that
Mm-hmm.
is the end of it, right? And
Yeah.
what I've seen already happening, and in terms of like the pedophilia aspect of this, right, is you'll have people, and I don't know if this is like a Clay Higgins thing or not. I don't know what his background is when it comes to this stuff, but I have seen people, especially, and we can talk about our own background or whatever, extremely religious people, that age gap part of it, like, hey, the age of consent being 18, we've talked about this before. The age
Mm-hmm.
of consent being 18 does a lot of work for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
they don't actually believe that 17 18 thing is that big of a deal, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you had Megyn Kelly this week being like, oh, by the way, these are like 15-year-old young women. It's not like
Yeah,
it was 8-year-olds. Uh,
exactly. and
what the
and that's
fuck?
and that's what's going to happen. Like, that
Yeah.
is that those are the excuses that people are going to try to make, that they're just going to be like, well, I don't know, how old was Mary when she got pregnant with Jesus? I don't know. What do you saying? You think God's wrong? What's going on?
Yeah, and it's like it's all that kind of like weird like mental gymnastics that they're going to try to do
Hmm.
to like justify all of it. And I think one of the things that I always want to raise is that at the end of the day, I don't care if Barack Obama is somehow involved in this stuff. They
Hmm.
should all fucking go to jail. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, is like they think that like I wonder if MAGA people think that we like also prop up our politicians the same way they do, like gods, and that they're like completely infallible, but they're not. We very much are like, yeah, no, there's also a big reason why people just didn't like Hillary Clinton, and another reason why people didn't like Kamala Harris. And then obviously, aside from their misogyny, and aside from the misogyny, and in Kamala Harris's case, racism,
Hmm.
we also as Democrats hold people to what they say. And like, I like Barack Obama, but he was a drone daddy. You know what I mean? A lot of people died. So like,
Yeah.
it's I think that it's going to be interesting to see how this rolls out. I do think that unfortunately we live at a time where people are like allergic to understanding information, and they are going to look at all of these Republicans voting to release the Epstein files, and they're going to be
Hmm.
like, bingo bango, all done. See, they're not so bad. It's fine. But the reality is that if Trump, and I saw this today, if Trump says, if it gets to him, right, like it passes these guys and it gets to the Senate and the Senate says yes and it gets to Trump's desk, if the DOJ looks at this, because Trump is like, we should start investigating all of the Democrats that are
Hmm.
involved in the Epstein files. If he starts that investigation and the DOJ starts an investigation into the Democrats that are named within these files, then Trump does not have to sign anything to release to the public. Then Trump can say, well, the DOJ is investigating this, so we don't actually have to agree to show the public anything. We're
Yeah.
going to let the DOJ do this, and we're going to let this sit in the back burner while people forget. And I'm going to say something crazy, like calling a woman a pig
Yeah.
or, whatever. And you guys are going to get distracted and we'll just forget all about it until the midterms. That's what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
I'm pretty sure that that's the strategy at this point. I think they were hoping that it would just die down and go away. I think that he was doing a bunch of crazy shit just because he just wanted it to go away.
Mhm.
And then it didn't die down. So now they're like,
Yeah.
well, we got to give him something. So this is the bullshit that we're gonna get. I think I don't know, man. Like I still have faith in the goodness of people of faith. You know what I mean? Like I do think that there is a value of being a compassionate conservative or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
I what I would hope is that in this moment they don't get blinded by whatever bullshit that Trump had sold them. Um, and I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I'm hoping for the best, I guess, but
Yeah, I mean, one I really do hope for that. I think the other thing that is hopefully on our side is that the second, I mean, and who knows if these motherfuckers are going to try to change this. The second term is usually they call it like a lame duck term because
mhm.
in Trump's situation, he doesn't really have the power with the people anymore, right? Like we saw this during this previous election this year is like the MAGA endorsement, Trump endorsement isn't doing anything for these Republican candidates, right?
Yeah,
And so I do think that there is going to be a shift. We're seeing it with Marjorie Taylor Greene, where these MAGA Republicans who want to stay in power, who want
yeah,
elections, are going to start turning towards the people and not so much towards what Trump wants. Of course, we do still have the issue where people are racist and people are awful. So
mhm.
you it might be that those are still the values that some of these Republicans that want to win elections continue like campaigning on. But I do think that Trump is slowly losing his control over his Republican Party because they don't need him anymore. He's not doing anything for them and his endorsement doesn't mean dog shit. Um and I mean, we know why Marjorie Taylor Greene is anti-Trump now. I mean, she's not really anti-Trump, to be honest, guys. Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
She's like, I want this to come out because I just want to see, I don't think that she actually said, I don't think the president has anything to worry about with the Epstein files. So that just gives you like a look into where she's at. I did love that he was workshopping some nicknames for her this weekend. Did you see?
I saw Marjorie Taylor Brown.
Yeah,
Did you see
because
that?
and then in parentheses was like because green grass rots to brown. Okay.
When you have
And
to
then
explain your jokes, Don.
Donnie, Donnie, please. Also, he said, Marjorie Trader Green. Oh,
Uh,
wow.
you're such a
Um,
drama queen.
he's so dramatic.
Uh,
Um, but there are some people that are like, you got to talk about how Marjorie's on an apology tour because she did. She said that she is sorry for being so divisive, for dividing the country, because now she's had to increase her security teams, her security details because of what the president is doing. He's sicking his people on her, all that stuff. And so somebody, I think on a morning show, was like, well, you've done stuff like that. You've put people in danger. And she said, yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry I did that. Do you
yeah,
believe her apology?
I don't. I think that. Well, do I believe her apology in the moment? I don't know, man. Like, I don't think that Marjorie Taylor Greene, like, kind of standing away from Trump in this moment. I don't know. Like, I am kind of amazed. I am amazed that she has the wherewithal to do that. Like, that is not something that I was expecting of her. But then again, the bar that I have for Marjorie Taylor Greene is very, very fucking low because she is
Mm-hmm.
the Jewish space lasers lady. She's the lady that was, chasing David Hogue around and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
She is so like anytime I see her do something that does not follow my perception of her, which is fucking lunatic, I say, hey, that's nice. That's a good thing. Do I believe in her apology? I don't. I think that she's just kind of out in the sun for the first time by herself without the Trump shadow protecting her.
Yeah.
And that ham is getting glazed in the sun, and she's like, "Hey, I don't like this. I don't like being glazed. I'm a home ham or whatever. I am an indoor ham."
I'm deli meat.
I'm telling me, yeah, you can't leave me out here. So I think that's all it is. I think it is her just reacting to that. If as a result of her turn or whatever, it forces some more people to look at this entire Trump thing. When I say entire Trump thing, I mean like the last fucking 11 years of this
Hmm.
nonsense, horseshit, this nightmare that we've had to live through, right? If it forces people to reevaluate why they went along with this, obviously full of shit, lying snake oil salesman, then that's a
Hmm.
good thing. You know, if it
Yeah.
if for the first time people say, "Oh man, he's turning on Marge and I really like Marge, maybe I should go back and see, oh, why did I fall for this? Why did I fall for this New York City failed businessman who came to rural America and told me that he was going to save my life? Why did I fall for that?" Right? If it forces people to do that, then that's a good thing, right? But I
Yeah.
don't know. That's all.
I want to remind everybody about Marjorie Taylor Greene. You mentioned about how she chased around survivors of school shootings, the Jewish space lasers, but that's just the tip of the iceberg of the crazy things she said, and I'd love
Mm-hmm.
to share some with you guys. So yeah, the Jewish space lasers, for people who want to know the context, she said in 2018 that the wildfires were caused by space lasers controlled by Jewish elites and California's governor to clear land for a high-speed rail project. She once she once she once endorsed a conspiracy alleging that Hillary Clinton and our girl Huma Abedin filmed themselves sexually assaulting and mutilating a child in a satanic ritual. She claimed in 2017 during the Las Vegas shooting, the Charlottesville rally, and the Christchurch mosque attack in New Zealand that they were all false flags meant to promote gun control.
Mm-hmm.
In She's also claimed that Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar are not officially members of Congress because they didn't swear on the Bible. She's also claimed that the Pentagon was never hit and 9/11 was an inside job. She's claimed that Ruth Bader Ginsburg had died a long time ago and that she was replaced by a body double. Let's see what else. Oh, she claimed that MS-13 killed the DNC staffer Seth Rich on Barack Obama's orders and that Obama is secretly Muslim. She's obviously said that the Sandy Hook and the Parkland shootings were hoaxes. She let's see. She's obviously claimed that Democrats should be harassed and attacked and all that kind of stuff. In 2020, during the swearing in 2021, she wore a black face mask with the words Trump won on it because she did believe that the election was stolen. She opposes the Equality Act and she believes that people should be misgendered, that people whose pronouns are he, him, if they're biologically female, they should be called she. It's just a list of several things. I mean, she claims that Plan B kills a baby in the womb. That's not what Plan B does. You know, she compared people reaching out for vaccines to Nazis. Like it's don't
And
fall
she's
for
gonna
this.
s- and she's gonna save the country.
Like, don't fall for it. She also wants to run for Senate and she
Yeah.
is not being given the Trump endorsement. So she is reaching out and doing her own thing. Somebody in her some publicist of hers or somebody got in her ear and said, "Hey, it looks like the people that go against Trump are really popular because we lost in the election. So let's try a new thing." And that's
Yeah.
really what it is. This is self preservation at its best. This is what the Republicans do because at the end of the day, their concern is themselves and how to enrich themselves, how to make themselves more powerful. They are not worried about their constituents. They are not worried about small businesses. They are not worried about any of it. They are just simply worried about how they get to keep their power. They get to keep their gifts from lobbyists, how they get to stay rich. That's really all it is. So don't fall for her bullshit.
I would just like to I don't think it's a correction. I think it's just an amendment because you said this is what Republicans do. And they do. I think this is what politicians do. I
Yes.
think the Republicans in this country for the last, I don't know, 60 years have also actively use racism and
Yep.
homophobia and Islamophobia and basically a phobia of anybody different, to to enrich themselves, to keep themselves in power, right?
Yeah.
The criticism of the Democrats, on I guess in this realm would be that yes, they also do the same thing in terms of
Yes.
wanting to enrich themselves and stay in power and all those things, right? But they go through like at least like the scam or like the
Of like
charade
pretending to care about
of
us.
like
Yeah.
pretending to care about us. And I think
Yeah.
what tends to happen with that, if you pretend to care about people, then just by accident, you are nice to people, right? Just by
Yeah.
accident, your followers go, oh, maybe I should be nice to people also. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
all it does. Republicans are like, no, you know what? Let's actively use hate to fuel ourselves.
Yeah.
Democrats go, well, let's actively use like this bullshit thing where we're nice people to try to enrich ourselves. The goal at the end of the day is to enrich yourself. Like that
Yes.
is,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So that's
Well, that was it. Those are all the topics that I had to discuss.
a real uplifting episode. This
No,
one,
I think so too. We started with
the Saudi national anthem.
for the Saudi national anthem. So there's that. Let's see what else is there. I mean, look, there's a lot going on. The new Wicked movie is coming out. We got to go see
Yeah,
that together.
my
Thank yeah.
my coworker, my good friend Joe B, reached
Mhm.
out to me yesterday, and he gave me a stern talking to, because he's also a big Bruce fan. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, what'd you think about the movie?" And I was like, "I have not seen the movie." And then he went on this huge thing. He's like, "I thought you were a fan," and then he
Yeah.
started talking to me about the movie, and then he got like emotional talking about it. And then I started talking to him about like my Bruce fandom, like the same horseshit that I peddle over here about like how
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fell in love with him, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was before 9 a.m. Because I remember looking at the time, it was 8:56 a.m. I was teary eyed. He was
Oh.
teary eyed just talking about Bruce. So I have to go watch this movie, and I will report back with my thoughts on it. That's for
I
sure.
think we should. I would love to go see the Bruce movie with you.
No, I don't think you would. I
No,
think you saved it.
I would.
No, I don't
No,
think you're gonna come.
what?
No, I don't think
I
you
would.
would.
That's
I don't think. I
crazy.
don't. I think that there is a 99% chance that that is not happening. I think
No,
there's a better chance that you get a place in Sedona before you go watch this Bruce
there's
movie with
there's
me.
a better chance that before the end of this weekend, I fly on another trip and come
Yeah.
back
Yes.
than going to watch the Bruce movie with you. Well, maybe we
Yeah.
take an edible and I go watch the Bruce movie with you.
Oh,
I think that
maybe.
that would be fun. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Really quick, hot topic just now, just dropped 3 hours ago. Laura
Oh.
Loomer. Laura
Ah.
Loomer. Laura Loomer
Jigsaw.
said, yeah, Jigsaw. She said something which is crazy. She said, I'm going to say it. The GOP has a Nazi problem. And the more we pretend like we don't, the worse it's going to get. We do. Don't tell me we don't.
Oh, look at it. Now Laura Loomer standing on business.
Yeah.
She's,
You
she's
know,
gonna be the next.
yeah, she's going to be the what?
She's gonna be the next Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's now
Yeah.
standing up against the Nazis.
Yeah, guys. That's everybody. This is more of an indicator again that Trump is losing his grasp on his party. These people
Mm,
do not want to pedal to his bullshit anymore. They're like, okay, all right, all right. People seem to not love that we're Nazis. Let me say something.
yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So don't fall for it. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to go see the Wicked movie with you though.
Of course, I will do that. When's that coming out?
This
Yeah.
week.
It's coming out this week. Oh,
This
goodness.
week.
Is it coming out?
You say, oh, you're busy?
Yeah, I'm busy.
All right. Well, maybe we
Uh,
should go again after Thanksgiving dinner.
oh, that was fun.
Let's make
Yeah,
that a
maybe that's what we should do.
tradition. That's what we'll do.
Yes.
And we'll report back.
Every year we're gonna go watch the Wicked movie after Thanksgiving.
That's what we're going to do. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Anyway, guys, Raheel, no thanks to you for being here. Thanks to everybody else for listening. I will be back later this week to cover some more Big Brother from 2006 and also some Bravo
Wait,
stuff
wait,
as you,
wait, wait,
yeah.
wait, 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 wait. I'm sorry. Big
Yeah.
Brother from 2006. What's that?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been watching old episodes of Big Brother with Donnie.
Oh
Raheel,
my god.
they're really good. Okay, it's really good. It's very informational. Every episode, people say the R word at least 7 times.
The only, I mean, obviously, listen, I hear you say that. I do like
The
the
R
thought
word.
of you. No, I do like the thought of spending time with Donnie.
Yes.
Um, we didn't talk about this during your birthday when we did the trivia.
Uh-huh.
Donnie, it turns out, knows everything there is to know about anything. And I
Yes.
only say that because it wasn't even a question, but he gave me the time and like the date and time of John Benet Ramsey's death. I didn't even ask a question. All I said was John Benet Ramsey, and he
And he
just
knew.
said he knew. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Yeah. Well, that's why we love Donnie. Anyway, if you love that, go listen to those episodes that'll come out later this week. And then BravoCon was this past weekend, so there's a lot of juicy gossip from the Bravo spaces that I've actually been completely out of touch about because I
ooh.
was I was thinking about other stuff with my
Oh
friends.
wow! Look at
I was
you.
connecting with my friends, and
Now,
so
when you
yeah.
are out of like the Bravo space for a little while, right? Are
Uh
you eagerly looking forward to jump back in? Or are
huh.
you just like, or do you feel like, oh, you know what? I feel a little bit cleaner. This is actually lighter and nicer and stuff like
Cleaner.
that.
Watch your mouth. I do have to. It does take me a minute to dive back in
Mm-hmm.
because as much as I love my housewives girlies, they are a little bit
Yeah.
exhausting. But every year when BravoCon happens, I love the people that go and enjoy themselves. But whenever I see the footage from the convention
Mm-hmm.
and I see some of the crowd, it makes more sense to me more than ever why I get some of the reviews that I get. And so I'll be covering some of